Yeah, hello. Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2024. Yeah, this is Olain Kabiodun. I just want to quickly bring to you these three common myths that we all commonly make, even including myself. Sometimes I just say that, we all just want to be kind of, wary of these things. And I feel we should just talk about it. Let me get your comments too. I believe that you don't have to YAPA before you JAPA to suffer. You get that? You don't need to JAPA if you don't, because you just want to. You don't have to YAPA because you want to JAPA. And before you now get into SAPA, if you understand what that means, real good. All right, then, let me go real straight quick to my three myths I want to talk to you about. Now, number one is a lot of people believe that you need a starting capital before you get to do business, and that has been holding a whole lot of people hostage. It's been holding a whole lot of people down from doing the basic things that they need to do. Well, it's not as if you don't need money. I'm not a motivational speaker. I just talk from my own business experiential wisdom that I've been into for decades, over time, about 30 years now. Yeah. So I do. Well, do you really need money? Yes, you do need money. Do you really need lots of it? Not quite. Did I start with lots of money? No. So what do you need? You just need that intrinsic value within you that is inexhaustible. You need something to get started with. It's not just the money, you need the experiential knowledge, wisdom. You need the experiential, the idea that, you know, I call it sanctified business idea. Something that when you bring out, a whole lot of people want to, I mean, this makes sense. So it's not all the time that money is the cocoa, as we call it in Nigeria. No, money is not the cocoa. What you need is even much more than that. You need to have content. Do you have content that people want to hear, want to talk about it? Want to hear you do? You don't need to have, a setup capital before you set off. You just need something intrinsic, something that the world wants to know, they want to hear you about. And when you put that in, I'm sure you're going to get some friction about that. All right, real quick, then the second one is that people believe that you need, that you need to, oh, come on, kind of fix up my second point. It's a live interview, so it's all good. That you people feel that I'm too young. Some people just say, "Oh, I'm too young to get started." No, you don't. You are not too young to get started. Um, I was reading online a while ago about a 13-year-old who has a mansion, dream cars and all that, even at age 13, And I tell you, you don't really need all the, knowledge to get started with. What you basically need is the ability to, to believe that when you get started, you make progress. So that's what I want to tell you, that, just have the belief system within you. Have the belief system within you, and you can do it. I believe that you should take massive, imperfect action. It's better than no action. Just do it. Just take massive, imperfect action. Everything does not have to be right before you set up. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't. That's the second point I was trying to pick up. No, I mean, that says you don't have to have everything before you set up. You don't. We sometimes focus on what we don't have. What about the things we have? What do you do with it? You have lots of things that you probably don't know, and it's value. So the value you have, why don't you just expand on it? The value you have, expand on it, and make the best use of your value. And someone of value would pick it up. I did a video some time ago, and a guy in South Africa just said, "Hey, I couldn't sleep. I need to talk to you. So it's not, you don't really know the values you have inside until you put it out. So don't wait until everything is perfect. Oh, I cannot talk. Oh, I cannot. Now remember, when God wanted to deliver the Israelites from the Egyptians, he told Moses, Moses, go and deliver my people. And Moses was like, oh, I don't. Oh, I said, okay, fine, if you can, Aaron, go with him. Moses said, I'm a stammerer, I can't speak too well. He said, okay, fine, Moses, go with him. And Aaron, Moses said, I'm not this, I'm not that. He said, what is in your hands? Just the same way everybody is, I'm asking you, what's in your hands? Okay? You got something within you. So what's in your hand? And Moses said it's a rod. He's been using that rod for decades or so, and that rod made nothing for him. So when he now said, okay, I got a rod in my hand, and God said, okay, go with that rod, and with this rod I'm going to deliver you from the hands of the Israelites. And you know the stories. So what I'm saying to you is that you really don't have to need everything, get everything before you get started. What you need is that zeal within you to get started. So let's quit all this common myth that you must have money, you must capital. It's all over Africa. I was going to give you the capital to get started. Because all over Africa, everyone wants, oh, it's because of money, including my family members. When they want to do something, they'll say, oh, I don't have the capital. So it's not just the capital. There is something that are intrinsic in you. So look out for the intrinsic value you have, and even the extrinsic value. It is about what you have and not what you don't have. So what you have is what you should focus on, and make the best use of what you have. So that's number 2. Then number 3 is a little bit controversial. I call it the delayed gratification. This is a bit controversial because why? Some people will not believe me. Even my children will not believe me. I tell you that, some 30-something years ago, I bought my first car in my 20s. And my son now is in his 20s. And I told him, he said, hey, Dad, I need to get a car. I said, no, son. It's good to have a car, especially if you live in Africa. Transportation is terrible sometimes, or most times. So I told him, why don't you use that money to get a land? Something appreciative. Car is depreciative. He would not agree with me. He would say, no, I feel I need a car. Car is in Africa here is status symbol. Everybody wants to pose with a car, especially with your young, you want to have a girlfriend and drive around with a car, which is all good. But if you can delay that gratification for just few years, you would buy the car and still have the assets. So that's why I said it's controversial. The same thing with my daughter too. I have a daughter who had to buy one of the the new models of the iPhone. I'm not iPhone free. And I said to her, something costs over 500,000 naira in Nigeria, and that's a pretty large amount. Why don't you use the same money to buy a land? But they don't get it. Just the same way I didn't get it when I was their age. I didn't get it too, because I felt that, come on, when I was 20, my 20s, I had the car. I was all around the place, blasting music everywhere, having a good time and all that, which was real good for me then. But if you ask me today, I think I would choose otherwise. If I bought a land about 35 years ago, and I still have it now. I bought the car 1990, I think. That's about 33 years ago. Okay, for about 30,000 naira, which is quite a lot of money then. And if you put that into today's value, you're talking in millions. The land or whatever I bought, the land I bought then, if I bought a land then, would probably have grown so wide that to my old imagination, I may not have believed what I have now. So these are one of the myths that we commonly make. And I think we need to talk about these things. You may agree with me or not, but I'm talking from experiential wisdom. If I had to do it again, I'll probably just wait, and delay the gratification so that I can, get the best value for my money. So after speaking with my son for about this stuff, I told him, so what have you learned from this? I said one thing, a shift of mindset. I hope he's following what I advised, because sometimes it's difficult to just want to obey. And I mean, I really didn't want to obey too. I was so dogged. Oh, car, and I got the car. And within 10 years, what happened to the car? I can't even remember anything about it. Over 30 years ago, come on. Even if I had it now, it's old school. You wouldn't even get into the car with me. So, what did you learn in there? It's like a shift of mindset. Another thing is, you don't have to be old before you get started. You can be young and still get started. Then also, if you can, he said something to me, which I also told him, that if you really can, do it at your age, you can seek for an assistant. Assuming you want to buy a land, you want to do land or something, or you want to sell a land, you can, go to your boss, you can go to your parents, you can go to people that can assist you to do that, honestly. And if you get it well done, because I say something, our life is the totality of the decisions we have made. The more the yeses, the more the correct, decisions we make, the better our lives are. So I'm a totality of all the decisions I've made, and you also are the totality of the decisions you've made. So let's continue to make good decisions that will, get us to the, to the peak of things. Time is going, everybody's going older. I mean, I look at these children that, they were just babies some 20 years back. But here they are now. They're talking, they're graduates, some is talking about masters and all that. So that's the way everyone is growing old. So don't waste time thinking that, oh, you got all the things you need. So that's just one of the few things I just want to talk to you about this new year. I hope we all have a pretty happy new year. It's going to be better than it was before. If you work at it, just don't be scared or, wait too long before you make and take decisions. As I said, massive imperfect actions is better than no action. Yeah, even if you don't get it right, people can forgive you. Even this video I'm making, I may not be right. But the important thing is that you can hear me and you can see me. And that's okay. So even if I'm missing it, no editing, perfection, no whatever perfection, what you need is, what value am I bringing in? What am I saying? And that's what you also need to get started. Wish you all the best this year. Have a lovely year. And we meet at the top. Or you see me at the top. So long, everybody. Bye now.